Howdy, ho, folks.
Ho! I love you!
Welcome back.
So low!
Welcome back to the Brinx podcast. My name is Ryan McNeil.
Michael Freer.
We are back again with another Wrestlemania recap. Wrestlemania 41 from Las Vegas, Nevada. Big one to follow up. Wrestlemania 40, probably the greatest of all time. But we got 2 nights of jam-packed action for you folks. And we got Raw after WrestleMania. We got to cover that. So there's a lot to unpack. A lot has changed in the WWE landscape. We might just have a few new champions. A lot of new champions, actually, now that I think about it. And so some new ones, some old ones.
Except for Io Sky. Oh, and Tiffy. All right. Women retained.
Yeah.
Except for tags.
Well, kind of.
All men were shaken up.
Yeah, I that didn't even occur to me. Every male title changed, didn't it?
I like it.
I like it too. Yeah. Yeah. It got and all earned. I feel.
Yes, well deserved.
Yeah. Yes. All right. So we get into night one of Mania, which I'm gonna say I venture to say, just quick glance, might have been the stronger night. Neither night was bad, but
yes, both nights have their snoozes and their yes. I think I'll give it to night one.
Yeah,
one of the strongest main events I've seen in a long time.
Yes, we'll get to that. I got plenty to say.
The opener was solid. Yeah, everything was just about. I can't really see a bad match on here.
No, I don't think there is. Mikey, let's lead us down the card, my friend.
All right. Well,
Mikey has graciously shed some show notes for us.
We started off with main event, not in the main event, Jey Uso.
Which was so weird that his whole thing was main event Jey, and then he gets the shot at the world heavyweight, not the main event.
I mean, they have to stop saying if you win the Royal Rumble, you're in the main event. It's just say you get a title shot.
Yeah,
because they sweep it under the rug so many times.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Jey Uso versus Gunther. Okay, and
yeah, I think both of us felt like Jey was going to take this one.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was about time. Jey obviously being maybe the hottest wrestler right now.
On the male side, I would probably have to agree.
I mean, Cody's obviously the most popular full-time guy, but Jay's he's got the hottest streak going.
That's fair. That's fair.
So I think it was about time. He had that brief stint, if you even remember this year, with the IC belt, or last year, I guess. You don't remember that, okay?
I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I do. If I saw the clips, it would probably jog my memory.
Okay,
but,
well, he had a brief
not
stint.
coming to mind right now. Okay.
But it still felt like there was they took it off him way too fast, but it still felt like there was still something there for the main event Jey Uso to chew on that the crowd would love. Won the Royal Rumble. That was also great for him. He did almost a little bit of a victory tour. Mini victory tour. So it was a matter of time. And I think Gunther's been holding for so long. I mean, you don't even remember him not having any belt in between this and the IC. I think it was
100%.
Time
it
to
was
strip
very
him a little
quick.
bit.
And honestly, with Gunther's reign here, I can't even think of a bunch of defenses of it.
Yeah. Me neither.
Yeah. Yeah, he wasn't he probably was, but I don't look at him like the way Cody was a fighting champion in his 1 year here. We can look back at several times he defended the belt. Gunther, and I mean, how long did he probably hold it? 6 months, maybe? More than that, I feel. Like that. But in that span of time, I'm looking at it I don't know how long he really, how many times he really put it on the line. And I mean, clearly in no way memorable, if neither of us can come up with anything. So
I mean, I think he won it at SummerSlam. That's when Finn.
Oh, okay.
Oh no! SummerSlam, Damian was trying to get it back, and Finn betrayed him.
Okay. So Gunther won't.
So Gunther had it longer than that. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either because I don't think it was at Money in the Bank.
Nah.
But anyway, both of us feel like it was just
Money in
time,
the
and
Bank was Damian Priest and Seth. It was El Campeon.
that's right. Yeah,
Anyway,
Gunther's kind of
it was a
stale
matter of
on
time.
both of us. I feel.
Yeah. But, for a character who's basically his whole thing, one, he's the ring general, but like he just has belts and that's like kind of
Yeah,
his character. I would like them to explore him a little more. So, and I think
yeah,
this will help.
yeah. Something like that. It's like it's cool, that especially at this point in his career, we can look and say like, oh, he has had a belt, whatever it is. Like 85% of the time he's in WWE, and he's been in WWE for 4 or 5 years, or whatever. Like very impressive stuff like that. But it's just not sustainable. You can't have a guy like have the belt forever, and
Yeah.
especially when he's elevated so quickly, they're going to really need to do a lot of character work here
It
with him.
it
So
almost felt
it
like,
it forces him to be better.
yeah. Because he like picked up the world heavyweight belt so quickly after losing the IC, it just felt like an extended reign. I
But yeah,
was
100%.
damn sick of a champ Gunther. So let's see him put in some work. Let's see if he's truly the guy that everyone wants to push,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll go from there. I mean, look, people are worried that Jay submitted Gunther and just beat Gunther in general. First of all, but the fact that he submitted Gunther, and they're saying they're weakening Gunther. I don't think it's something. I don't think they're weakening Gunther. I think they're just trying to strengthen Jay.
Yeah,
So
yeah. You give and take in a situation like that.
yeah, but
I will say it did bother me a little bit how quickly he submitted.
yes, because Jay was in that hold for a while. Because he
Yeah,
had Jay in that hold, and he fought it out, and so, yeah, Gunther just kind of very quickly.
which is something like which in that situation Gunther can control it. It's like for his own character he can wait a while to tap, which I felt like they should have done and he
Yeah.
should have done for him to just be more consistent with the character he's been built up to be in someone a lot more difficult to beat. But it was like got him in that hole real quick. There he goes. And I did like a submission move better than if he beat him without if he just fall countered it, because it makes it's more believable. It's the same way Daniel Bryan beat Randy Orton and Batista with a submission hold instead. It's more believable and it helps, and you need that when you have a match like this, Jey Uso versus Gunther.
And I think it was cool that Jay whipped out the submission. I mean, like, everyone
True.
likes to say,
Yeah.
Jay's, he is a little bit of a super kick, horrible spear, and sometimes
Yeah.
Blue Moon Uso splash. He pulled out, he power bombed Gunther, and he submitted him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
not only did he win the belt, but he just proved to all the naysayers that he can do a little more than that. He's still a wrestler.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. That was necessary to see. And I mean, for me, my expectations for the match were like, and the drama of it, everything about it, were kind of through the floor.
You were
not
checked
gonna lie.
out. You were checked out. So
It exceeded my very low expectations, though I will say, and it was a good moment, and it was what I thought was going to happen. I thought it was executed pretty well. But
I think
I mean,
overall,
moving
it
forward,
was a very enjoyable match.
yeah. Well, you had a couple notes on there about moving forward, and it's very interesting.
It is.
It's murky waters.
Gunther. Yeah, I don't know if you saw the clips of Raw. The only thing that Gunther did was attack Michael Cole and Pat McAfee. I did like Pat McAfee kind of getting in there a little bit. Like, I would love for Pat McAfee to say, like, give me Gunther at Backlash, just for fun. Have it be a little squash match. That's fine, but like, don't waste Gunther's time. So I hope they don't do that, but it would be very cool. I highly doubt they'll do that, but I'm Gunther's the one I'm interested in most to see where he goes, because I really don't know. Obviously, Jay's the champion, so he's just waiting for someone to come by who wants to challenge him. Gunther is like, what the fuck does he do? Probably, he'll take a break.
Yeah.
He'll take a break, I'm sure.
Yeah. Who do you imagine as a challenger for Jay?
I mean, I could see it being, I don't know. I could see them running it back with Braun Breaker, now that he lost the belt, because he's the one that
Oh,
they went
okay.
back and forth with the IC. Could be Braun Breaker, considering the new developments of Monday Night Raw.
Yes, yes, indeed,
Um,
indeed.
that would be cool. Uh,
I wouldn't hate that.
no, yeah, I think that'd be fine. I could also see, um, maybe like
If they wanted to give
what's Punk doing?
Styles one more reign.
Who's that?
Oh yeah. If they wanted to give Styles one more reign.
Styles would be very cool. I don't know.
Uh,
Jay's a weird champ to see
that's the
the
thing.
feuds.
It's because he's a super baby face right now. So you really got to think about heels. But I mean, Punk's a good question. Is like,
Yeah, Punk.
Punk is going to hold a title in this reign,
Yeah.
in this tenure with WWE at some point. It's
It
just a
looks
matter of when it
more
will
like
happen.
the triple threat feud is going in the Seth and Roman direction, which is
Yes.
great. So Punk has some. His schedule's open.
Yeah, yeah. I wonder.
A little more heely Punk than what we've gotten since he's returned.
Yeah, that could.
Or
I've been waiting for a while. I would love to see someone turn heel with a belt, and I feel like Triple H hasn't. I don't know if Triple H has done that, but Jay's too difficult to turn heel right now, obviously.
Or Drew could just pop out.
Drew, I would love Drew.
Drew fits.
Drew would be fantastic.
Drew fits in every picture. It's amazing.
It really does, because he's a company guy, man. This dude has lost in his home country like 5 years in a row now. But Drew, I mean, if El Campeon wants it, who am I to say no?
He has my
Who
blessing.
am I to say
He
no?
has my blessing.
Oh, 100%. It's so bad that there was a stretch of time where the Terror Twins must see television, and then they just stopped doing stuff with them.
Yeah.
Like the two of them together, I mean. But no, World Heavyweights. It's a nice little run that he's having. They're doing the thing with the Bloodline right now, where he has a belt, Jacob Fatu has a belt, and Roman obviously held it for so long.
Oh,
but
I totally forgot Solo. Solo could. I mean, not that I would like to see it, but Solo could feud, and I would hope that Jay retains against that. But it would be cool.
Yeah, or even Fatu. I mean, Seth had the WWE in the US at the same exact time. So it's not out of the question.
I would love it. I just think. I mean, Cody and Logan were going at it when Logan had the US belt. It wasn't a unifying match, but like, I think the company's too scared to unify a belt ever again.
No, that's fair. And I mean, you play with fire.
Oh yeah, it always doesn't go well, especially because of how organized they have both brands now. Why even do it? But yeah. I'm interested to see where both goes. Yeah, I think Jay's a little more. Both are very questionable.
They are. Jay's a little easier future to see because he's gonna drop it to somebody. I mean, Drew, honestly, when you mention Drew, that's probably makes the most sense.
Yeah.
But he'll probably drop it to somebody, and he's a bit of an older guy. This is probably the last title he'll ever hold, especially one of this caliber. Yeah. And Gunther is, a little younger in his career, earlier stages, so his is a lot more interesting as to where he'll go. But overall, good match, good start to the show. I like it when they start the show with something cool like this, and something with some weight to it.
I want to question this. I just want to ask the hard hitting questions. Is
Please
Gunther even I'm thinking can Gunther have a non-title feud and it still draw heads? And I don't know. I think when he doesn't have a belt, he drops to a more mid card.
The way his character is built right now, yes. That's why I think the matter of kind of reforming his character into something else has to happen. It's so much the issue Roman fell into after he dropped his belt, or Seth after he dropped the World Heavyweight in the same span of time. It's these guys can't go up any further unless they keep going after the belt, so they need super personal feuds going on. So they created the Seth and Punk, two superstars, very personal. Gunther doesn't have that history with anity. Gunther doesn't.
He's all about business. It doesn't matter who's in his way.
If they did Gunther Damian, they had to cut great promos with each other. Yeah. That could be a great feud. They could wrestle each other 3 times at 3 pay-per-views, and I think that would be a fantastic feud between the three of them. I mean, between the two of them, because they showed that the two of them on the mic could really make it work. With whether there was a belt involved or not, that would have been great.
Yeah.
But that's another one they played around with for a little while, and I thought it was really working, and then they just they left it at one fight, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
All
right. So let's move on. We got the War Raiders versus the New Day. And I'll be honest here, when I was watching, I did not give a goddamn crap. But
I'll be honest, I wasn't watching.
They put on a great match. Did
they?
Yeah, it was absolute. It kind of really surprised me. New Day wins the belts. I think that was a good decision. Where they go with it, no idea, because well, they got no tag teams.
They really don't. It's the one fault of the Triple H era.
Gunther and Kaiser could just do a tag team and.
That could work so well, actually, because Gunther could just be like so obsessed with like, I need a belt, I need a belt, I need a belt, and he goes after the tag, and he could be like abusive towards Kaiser and everything, and then Kaiser could turn face against him,
and that would be like a little personal feud.
Yeah. Get us in the building.
Trips. I'm gonna need a train ticket to Stanford, please.
That's right.
All right.
That's such a sad sentence. I'm gonna need a train ticket to Stanford.
Anyway,
we love Stanford.
Next up, we got. Well, do you have anything else to add to this? You didn't even watch it, so.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I like the New Day. I've always liked the New Day. This little heel run is fun, but like we said, the tag team divisions have been kind of weak. So again, uncertain future.
Yeah. All right. Now we got Jade versus Naomi. Solid match. I liked.
This match was great. I thought it was fantastic.
I liked the build up a lot. And both of them. I mean, like Jade is really fun to watch in the ring. Naomi's a great personality, and I really like heel Naomi, to be honest here. And I don't know where it goes after this. I was predicting that Bianca wins the belt, and then Jade would find out that like Bianca conspired with Naomi about this and was trying to hide it, and then like that would be the feud for whatever, like SummerSlam or something.
I saw a lot of predictions Bianca would be involved, and a lot of people were surprised that she wasn't in this match.
So, it was just a classic grudge match there. So I really like that. I got no notes really. So maybe they'll run it back. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought it was great. I mean, I think Jade is. She's probably one of my top 3 in the women's division. I think she's absolutely fantastic.
Let me ask you a question. When's the last time that you can remember? Because I can't. Did a women's match have a stipulation? Because maybe like their Backlash match can have like a cool stipulation, like they can do an Extreme Rules.
That's a good point. They haven't. They don't do that as much with the women's matches. It'd be cool. Oh, give them a table match could be cool. Because because they have 17 different ways to say no disqualification. I'm trying to think of or just do something like it wouldn't hurt to throw a
St. Louis street fight.
Yeah, just throw like a best 2 out of 3 falls, something like that.
Yeah. Just a clean gimmick. That's fine.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be like the ones they've done where like Undertaker and Brock Lesnar are chained together,
buried alive matches, and
hand behind the back match. Yeah, you don't need to go that far, but it's little things like that. It's like when Rhea and Liv wrestled with Dom in the Shark Cage.
Yeah,
just fun stuff.
Just something to spice it up.
Yeah.
All right. Next we got L.A. Knight.
Yeah.
Losing the belt to Jacob Fatu. All I'm going to say is get ready for a long U.S. title reign, my friends.
I think he will have it for a while. I do. Because they're really pushing him. I will say a really good match. I thought the match was really good.
Yeah. In a long time, him and Knight have been like, and Logan Paul would be like, yeah, that makes sense that they have the belt. They have the U.S. belt. Like Shinsuke, Rey Mysterio just got it just to kind of have it. I mean, there was always like, it was like we have this belt, we have nothing else to do with it,
Yeah.
Jacob is like, out of that 3 that I said, Jacob is the one where I'm like, yeah, this guy deserves some gold on his shoulder. Personally, it doesn't do much for me, but to the fans, yes.
It's a move where it's the first time, like you said, with those other guys, where this is definitely a guy like on the ascension, and this is a belt they're giving him to push him forward. Where Knight, was it to push him? Yes, but it was also just for character reasons and story reasons to move the belt somewhere.
Yeah. It feels more like Braun Breaker winning the IC. Like these guys, they're gonna go somewhere.
Yes, 100%.
So,
but good man. I was the LA Knight's entrance. Fantastic. I think they timed up the window going down perfectly with the music.
They finally did something with LA Knight's entrance, so that was good.
Yeah.
Last
that just the sports car just rolling up silently.
Yeah. It was perfect. Nothing crazy, not like super theatrical. Just pull up in a Maserati.
And I texted you when Jacob Fatu came out, and I was like, does Solo wrestle anymore? Is Solo just a manager now?
I guess. Poor guy.
It's crazy, man. There was a time where there were 4 of them.
Yeah.
And they quite frankly, they hit on the one I didn't expect them to hit on when Jacob Fatu first showed up. I wasn't sure.
Really?
I mean, I
didn't speak. He was just kind of like this deranged man. And then eventually they were like, "Oh, people really like him. Let's." And then he started cutting promos, and he cut good promos. I got to be honest.
Yeah, he's not bad, and because I think he would. There were a couple injuries were hiccups as well along the way. But then when people really started to see what he could do in the ring, and a guy of his size it made it clear that he was going to be the future of this of the bloodline of the Samoan dynasty right here.
And I think his first probably not his first feud, but the biggest feud that he'll have is probably Solo, because they have been teasing like a divide. And I think the fact that Jacob has it and Solo doesn't might, bother him, and he'll try to take back his bloodline.
They'll definitely be.
Or are they just like, I don't know what they are.
I think they'll do a bloodline story first. I don't know if they'll drop it in that, but I mean, they could have him. It could be Solo. It could be Jimmy.
Jimmy would be cool.
Yeah, so there's room to play around with the US, which is fun. It's the least tied down belt, where like IC is obviously in the top 3, so that has to go to somebody on the Ascension more or less.
Yeah.
But no, it was a good match, and I like LA Knight. He's out of the US twice. I mean, he'll probably have it 4 or 5 times. I don't care if he's used that way, kind of as a transitional champion. He's kind of he's one of those safety guys. He's consistent. You don't need to really worry about him.
Now, one guy that I know for certain would look good in that US belt
is
El Grande Americano.
Oh yeah, that probably could be the next feud. Actually, I wouldn't mind that at all.
That would be really cool. I don't know what brand he's technically on. Well, isn't the draft coming up anyway? Yeah. All right. Anyway, forget it.
Is it?
Yeah, it's usually shortly after Mania.
Okay, cool.
All right. So, segue El Grande Americano versus Rey Mr. Phoenix. Excuse me.
Oh, goodness. Rey Phoenix.
People were saying that might have been a work, that Mysterio was injured, but it felt like too abrupt and too ceremonious.
Yeah, so, I don't think they would do it with a guy of that age, where like this could very well be Rey Mysterio's last WrestleMania.
And it felt the match was very brief, so I'm like, you don't have everything. You just got a new partner. He's not up to speed with what was planned out, so you kind of just get in there and put on a good show. And it was a good show. Yeah. We were both very excited. Obviously, Rey Mysterio would have been fucking cool, but they still put on a good match, a good 100%. Athletic match. So, not much I can really care about. And I'm just happy that Chad Gable had a Mania match.
Yeah, that was cool. You're the biggest Gable guy in the world.
To me, that's El Grande Americano.
Excuse me.
Chad Gable didn't have a match.
He didn't. I don't know where he's been for the last 6 months.
Actually.
Did he?
Yes, he's El Grande. Hence the name.
Yes. The Giant American.
Is he even American?
Who?
Andre?
No, he was French.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right. Next up, we got Tiffy time versus Charlotte Flair, number 2 to her daddy, Ric Flair. I love. Let's just start off with the entrance. I didn't.
Right.
I didn't see Charlotte's entrance, but I did see Tiffy's.
Oh, you bet I did.
And one of my favorite parts about Mania is the entrances and seeing how they can elevate it. And I feel like lately it's just been sparse. Like an entrance here, an entrance there had a little something mixed up, but hers definitely was like the biggest. I think most like put together entrance with the Barbie boxes.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, it was so.
It was
good.
fun.
And
it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And that's a media entrance you remember. And yeah, I mean, exactly, like it makes sense. She's buff Barbie, it's her thing. But like, yeah, exactly like you said though. Like you compare it to Jay and Gunther, world heavyweight. Jay's entrance was pretty much exactly the same as it was,
just a couple flags.
when he's in the arena. Yeah, and the yeet, the flag going, and Gunther's was pretty much the same too.
But also, I will say, like the stage. First of all, the stage was cool, so cool. The entrance stage. So like something so like big and grand of that stage, like it elevates the entrances anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, true. The match itself in this case, I thought it was great.
Yeah, I mean it's exactly what we expected.
Yeah, Tiffy, I think might be. Can we? How would you feel if I said she's the best in-ring worker in the women's division?
She's definitely the flashiest.
Yes.
Maybe Io Sky might be on par with her flash-wise.
Yeah, that's the other name that's definitely up there.
I just think Rhea is the most technical, all around best, but Tiffy's up there. I'm not gonna knock it down. I don't think it's a crazy statement.
Okay.
I think it's debatable, is what I'm trying to say here.
This is how you approach my Damian Priest chokeslam comment.
Yes. You know, Damian Priest. I mean, it's not about him yet, but
no, not yet.
He turned all of us around
very soon.
Anyway, yeah, it was exactly, and Tiffy, she, I think you're onto something with that statement because she took some huge spots that you really don't see in the women's division. Women's division, you see they pull a lot of punches and stuff. She took some big spots. Her tooth was chipped. She was bleeding. Good for her, man. And for someone whose like gimmick is I'm the pretty girl, and bedazzle and all that stuff. So.
Yeah, she gets rough. She's in the trenches with it when she needs to be.
Yeah. What do you think about? I think we both predicted that Charlotte won.
I think I was feeling that too. Just how they were booking a return like this felt like she was gonna.
Yeah.
But I'm not mad at all. Tiffy retained.
Oh, I'm not mad. I'm not mad. Honestly, like I was kind of
Tiffy could hold this belt for a year.
I was waiting for Charlotte to just win, so I'm not mad. I'm just surprised is all.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. I don't think maybe we'll see Tiffy Charlotte again. I would like to.
I feel like they will. I think there was enough heat behind it.
Yeah. Because I don't really know what the other division or the other side of the or women's division is what direction they're gonna go in there, but I liked it. It was exactly they delivered. So, and Charlotte still has that dumbass brace on. Like we get it. You tore an ACL. How much does it help you doing flips off the turnbuckle?
I think we both said that when she came back. We were like, wait a few months still. If you need the brace, still just wait.
Either don't wrestle or like don't use it. It's fucking an eyesore. Anyway, next up is the main event of the night. This was
cinema.
Should have been animated.
I wish it was animated. I have no hesitation in saying this is one of the best matches I've ever seen.
Yeah. Yeah, not even like story wise, like just
No, just the raw technical aspect
yeah.
of it. It's just crazy, especially three guys. Roman's style is pretty much the same, and I could see it being more sustainable, kind of with Punk too. But the fact Punk being 40 or something
Yeah.
or whatever he is to still have it the way he does, and then Seth all these injuries and does a lot more athletic stuff, still have it after all these years. All three of them is it's a testament to their durability and their longevity. All
Punk was for
the
sure
three of them were
doing
perfect.
Punk was for sure doing crazier things than he usually does since he's returned. Like
I think so
he
too.
was
Yeah.
jumping off with the rope. You know,
Hmm.
he was pulling out crazy kicks that could tear your fucking groin, you know.
Yeah.
I was thoroughly impressed.
Hmm.
And the presentation of it all. The presentation, Ryan. First,
Hmm.
that hype package before, just like, you know, with the whole feud of the guys, you know, that was cool. That was great. That song was cool. Machine Head or something.
Oh, yeah. No.
But Punk's personal hype package. Oh
Oh,
my
with this virus
god.
burns.
Oh my god. I I've been watching it like multiple times a day since it happened.
Yeah.
It is so
It was
good.
so good.
When me and Luke were watching, when the song started, we went nuts. And then he comes out in the yellow gear. His old school yellow gear. I'm like, this is perfect. This is amazing. Best entrance I've seen in a long time.
And with a lot of times when they try to do like live performances for him, sometimes they fall a little flat. They can't translate the live performance.
Yeah.
In Living Color sounded perfect.
Yeah.
They sounded absolutely fantastic for Colt's personality and everything. So
when the guitar hit, ooh.
And I was getting it was one of those times I'm getting nostalgia. I'm watching Punk walk out with Heyman doing the clobbering time. It's all coming back. It's all coming back.
So good. So good. Oh, and Seth with the flamethrower was pretty cool.
Yes.
Something like that just spices up an entrance like that for Mania. So,
and something you texted, which had a very big, I feel like was very impactful, was Roman walking out alone. Which when do we see that? When do we see this? Especially for Mania, it's like to see him walking out all by himself. It was, very after for obviously his thing was the bloodline, the entourage, and family, and for him to be a solo guy now, he's just like it's not even he's not against obviously Jimmy or anybody, but he's going into battles alone.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, like he's his bloodline. They're not necessarily on good terms. Foley, but they're not on bad terms. I mean, Jimmy obviously still will walk through fire for him, but they all got their own thing going on right now, and Roman's got to take care of business himself now because his wise man's gone. So it was just a very, very like impactful moment just seeing him walk out there all alone. So, and I think we both said we would have loved to see Roman get his get back and win this match. But it was a damn good finish. It was a damn. It
was a fantastic finish. Another one where, I mean, it's hard for Triple H to keep doing this, but he does keep doing it. I mean, this is another Mania where an all-timer moment happens, man.
Yeah, for sure. I knew like I didn't know to what extent Paul was gonna have like shaking up this match, but the way they did it was so perfect. Like the whole match, and like nothing was hinting towards it at all. The whole match went on by itself, and then it was something changed, and it happened, and it was perfect.
His acting when he grabbed the chair and he was just looking back and forth between Punk and Roman was so good.
Because the Punk betrayal, it hurt me. But I was like, oh, he's just realigning himself back with Roman. He's like, just showing, I still got you. Don't worry. It's the Roman turn was what really surprised me.
Yeah, to see that.
She was swishing his arm around there. Making sure he's getting the... I'm not going to say it on YouTube.
And especially after, Punk hits him. I mean, he hits Punk, and then he gets the chair, and then he crawls over on his knees to hand Roman the chair.
And he's screaming, "It's there, my tribal chief! Your win is
yes,
right
there.
there!"
Yes. And then at one
Take
point, when Seth stands up, facing the ropes, Paul just points, "The Shield!"
Oh my god, it's so good. I love Paul.
And it was perfect. And that's one of those things that could feel overdone by now, but the Shield turn and everything was so good, and they've built on it so much, and it's still poetic. I mean, it worked in the dynamics of it worked in WrestleMania 40. They still work here. And we're just talking about just between the two of them still, that grudge they hold, and Roman's still obsessed with Seth's betrayal, and Seth just got Heyman to betray him again. So it's and Seth, man, Seth is just I've said it before, he's one of my favorites of all time. And then I mean, it's just the Shield turn, the heist of the century, WrestleMania 40, and now 41. He's involved. He's involved in some of the greatest moments ever.
Yeah. I do like that Paul is with him now, because he has been getting a little stale, with just him coming out saying, "Oh, I'm a revolutionary, I'm a visionary," and then he just kind of leaves.
No, it's fair, and I think Seth's a guy who doesn't need a manager, quite frankly, but
it just refreshes. It's keeping things refreshed.
It refreshes him and it refreshes Heyman, because after how long with Heyman and Punk will we be like, oh, we've seen this before.
Yeah, it refreshed a lot of soon to be stale relationships.
Yeah, and Rollins has been a face for so long, I feel like now too, that people probably forget. I mean, he was one of the best heels ever after he made that Shield turn and joined the Authority. He was unbelievable. So he's back in that role, and it's him. I mean, him and Heyman is that's a great marriage. I mean, it's
power team.
Heyman just keeps adding to his list of some of the best wrestlers ever who he just so happens to manage. So it was fantastic ending, and I have no qualms with it. No notes.
Definitely my favorite match of Mania. So loved it. Would you not concur?
I concur.
Oh, I was just wondering if you had another rebuttal, but anyway.
Oh, I was gonna say we'll get into a little more dynamics with the Raw after Mania.
Yes, of course. We got an order of operations here, though, my friend.
Yes, PEMDAS.
Now it's night 2. And, just looking at it, still great stuff. I do think I prefer night 1. I think they had the stronger main event, which we'll get to.
Yes.
I think night 2 had a stronger opening.
I agree with that 100%.
Being Io, Bianca, and Rhea.
Yeah, this was great.
Yeah, it was a lot of. It was just so much fun, and it was a well put together match, and 3 huge faces of. Because no one is a heel here, if you noticed.
Not really, no.
Not a single heel here, but it all works. Bianca won the Elimination Chamber. She wants her belt. Get back on championship status. Rhea kind of inserted herself, but no one cares because it's Rhea fucking Ripley.
Yeah, she has that right.
So, and Io, exciting to watch, and so I was thoroughly excited and thoroughly pleased. Bianca losing was a little disappointing.
Same, yeah. It would have been nice to see her win.
But, hey, if they got a plan, they got a plan.
Yeah, and this is similar to the match the night before, where for a 3-person match, they weaved each other in and out so well and just flawlessly, and everybody got their time to shine. It didn't feel like anybody's stuff was rushed.
Yeah. I don't have notes on this one, so I can move on if you want.
I'm good. Yeah, it was great. It was good. I mean, obviously we wish Bianca won, but like you said, let Io hold a little longer, and we'll see what happens the next PLE.
Then we got the Sin City Street Fight with Damian Priest, El Campeón, and
Just Yes, boy, did he need it.
But overall, it was a great Extreme Rules match. A lot of shocking moments, like the double table spot.
Yeah, I should say the double table.
Pushing him off when he's doing old school. That was sick.
Yeah.
Claymore threw the propped up chair on the turnbuckle.
That was fantastic.
It was everything I expected out of these two. And just a good, fun, Extreme Rules. ECW.
Yeah, this was one where it was Extreme Rules, and I was like, okay. And I like looked away for a moment, and then I looked back, and like they were already like tearing the steps up. I was like, oh, good. It was like the first minute of the match. I was like, good, perfect. Just get to it right away. Like no one's watching this just to see a regular wrestling match, especially no belts on the line. Two guys who are going to put on a great match no matter what, but people are familiar with. You got to spice it up a little bit, and they did exactly that.
Indeed. And Drew again pulls the tweeting during a match like last year, which I love. I think it's so funny. It was super fun. I don't think it hurts Damien that he lost.
No, I think I hope they have a plan. I hope have Drew win that heavyweight.
Maybe
Damien
can
go get it back.
Maybe Damien can go after. Maybe he can get the U.S. belt back. Who knows? Feud with Fatu.
Feud with Fatu. That would be a really good match, actually. Yeah.
Anyway, I have no doubt these guys will still continue to make waves. So.
Oh yeah.
Moving on here, we have the Fatal 4-Way. Haven't seen a Fatal 4-Way in a long time.
No.
For the IC title with Braun Breaker, Dominic Mysterio, Finn Balor, and Penta Cero Miedo.
Yes.
Cero Miedo!
Penta's the best, man.
Dude, he's so fun. And the green suit, man.
Woo! Yeah. And this is a match where we both of us going into it were like, man, I don't really care who wins.
Yeah.
Just not Braun. We just didn't really need to see Braun retain. But it ended in a fun way, and I didn't expect it to happen, but I think everyone was kind of pleasantly surprised that they pulled it off in a good way.
Did Dominic kind of turn face?
Kinda. That's the thing. It's like I remember watching, like I was turned up to like hear the crowd, and I was like, oh, they're really vibing with it now.
I mean, like if Dom's the guy who gets booed out the building the second he opens his mouth, and I didn't hear none of that at Mania. I didn't hear none of that at Raw. So he turned a new leaf with the fans.
Yeah, and people love Liv. If he's gonna be next to Liv all the time, like
might as well.
Yeah, and people like guys with belts.
You can't boo Liv. So
no, you can't. So that was cool to see, and I think they really pulled it off. And again, they all got their stuff in.
Yeah,
they all got their stuff in.
Super fun, great match. Next,
Penta could be a U.S. title guy. Penta Fatu.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, that would be actually really cool. Penta you can put anywhere with either the IC or the U.S. belt. I mean,
find somebody to have him tag with.
Yeah. I mean, I love Penta. I think it would be really cool if it's him and Dominic. I mean, they just fought on Raw, but because Dominic is like the anti, luchador. Penta's like the top luchador right now. So, be pretty cool. Anyway, Dominic did pin Finn Balor. Haven't seen any issues yet out of Raw.
No.
But I'm very excited for when it does happen.
And I think it's run its course. It hasn't overstayed its welcome quite yet, but I think I wouldn't mind if Judgment Day does kind of implode at this point.
I don't think they would implode. I just think it would just result in Finn's exit.
A new Judgment Day, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be... they kind of already did that when they did an Exodus on Rhea. But I think so long as Liv and Dom are together, Judgment Day will still be intact.
Yeah.
Just probably with new faces here and there.
Yeah. It would be too recent, I think, in general, but especially with the Bloodline stuff going around, it would be too similar. But in like 2 years, if they did like a storyline of like reforming the Judgment Day, like the old Judgment Day, like Damian, Rhea, Dom, and Finn. Like that, I think that could be cool if they did something like that.
Yeah, that could be.
But obviously, further down the line, no need for this JD.
Maybe JD comes back after injury and takes what should be his, the IC title.
Yes. I was like, remember that? I think it was like right after they kicked Damian out of Judgment Day. There was Finn Balor did that promo of like, I'm not gonna fight you. I'll fight the only person who deserves to, JD. And the whole crowd, you could hear go, what?
That was hilarious. I do remember that. So, I actually, JD is kind of the piece that brings Finn a little more together, because Finn's kind of just like on the out solo man right now in the Judgment Day. Yeah. And JD's his man. He backs him, so we kind of need JD back.
He does.
Anyway, good match, great all around. Next up, we have the Randy Orton Open Challenge. Now, as we see Randy coming out and he's standing in the ring, we're waiting. Me and Luke were like running through names on who it could be.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm
racking
saying
my brain.
What's that?
I was racking my brain too.
Oh yeah. I'm saying it's probably Rusev or whatever. And Luke, he likes to get very fantastical. He says, bro.
Was Stone Cold mentioned?
I think I mentioned Stone Cold actually. I said, what if you hear that broke? Or no, I said it. I texted that to you.
Oh, you did text that to me. You're right.
And he said, what about Jeff Hardy for the TNA? I go, oh, it's Joe Hendry. Because I didn't even think about TNA. And I'm like, it's 1,000% Joe Hendry. Once he mentioned Jeff Hardy. And sure enough. I'm surprised. No one predicted Joe Hendry that I've been seeing, which is actually very surprising. And I'm surprised it took me that long to even throw out the name.
It didn't cross my mind either. But yeah, when it happened, I was like, oh, yeah, get a big pop.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to take much time.
It was a fun moment. And Randy, he just wanted to get out there and compete for his 20th Mania. He just wanted a fun time. And that was exactly that.
Yeah.
Now, it was a squash match in the middle of Mania. I would have liked them to give Joe Hendry just a little more of a chance. But I understand. He's not even with the company, so why even make him look bad next to Randy, or make Randy look bad? But it would have been nice. He's the TNA, he's the top champ at TNA, a company you're partnered with. Give him a little more than just turn to the camera, RKO, done. You know?
Yeah.
And he got squashed at the Rumble too.
I was gonna say we reach a difficult crossroads with them, where it's like they'd love to keep doing stuff with him, but it's like, you've brought him twice now, one for the Rumble, one for Mania. Your big shows, you got your big pops, and you just kind of use them for the pops. So
yeah,
it's they can't really keep doing it, but unless they do try to give him a legitimate chance, which is, I'm not gonna say I want that or need that or he's deserving or this, that, or the other. I don't know, but I know the fans love him. So this is I was upset with it at the moment because I texted you. I was like, man, Randy's been back for almost 2 years now. He's had 2 Manias. One, he RKO's speed. And this one, he's just a squash match with Joe Hendry. Like, are we wasting this guy's Manias? After the events of Raw after WrestleMania, I see the vision. Carry on, WWE. Carry on.
Yes, indeed. Next, we have Logan Paul and AJ Styles, which I think we all knew it was going to be fun to watch. But why did Logan win? Why did he need to win? Why?
Really, no, because like some people, like I heard the argument, like, oh, the young star on the rise. Like, it's not that young. He's been around. He had a title,
and he's not on the rise. You know, this guy's he's not going full time to be a world champ. You know, that's not happening.
No, it's not. That's the thing of like, can he be he said it himself, like, oh, I'm the face WWE. It's like, you're never gonna be the face WWE because you're just not there enough.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, I get it, dude. It's basically just a hobby. He's damn good at it.
That he is good at.
I like him here. I wish he would be around. I think it would be a great, like, super heel, sleazy world champ.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it'll ever happen. But AJ, like, he needs his get back, man. He lost to... No. Did he lose? Yes. No. Who won last year? LA Knight or AJ Styles? I would say it's LA Knight, considering he was the one that got the push in the end.
Yeah, Knight. I know Knight won the U.S. at SummerSlam, so I think he may have lost at Mania. Actually, I'm not positive though.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, AJ should have won. Whatever. Oh, I accidentally said Logan. Logan. All right.
No, Logan.
Next we have Liv and Raquel versus Lyra and Becky.
I do like Raquel a lot, I will say. I forgot if I mentioned that before.
Oh, okay. You have not mentioned that, but interesting. I think she's a good, like, bodyguard type henchman for Liv.
Yeah.
Like the real muscle.
Yeah, they balance each other out.
Goes to Raquel, so yeah, I like it.
Even with Dom, she seems like the real muscle kind of dynamic. Yeah.
So, and then Lyra Valkyria, I've enjoyed everything Lyra Valkyria has been doing. She's just fun to watch. And obviously Liv is Liv Morgan. But when that Becky music hit, woo, first of all, I love her entrance. I think it's such a cool song. I was hyped to see some Becky wrestling.
I was shocked. This is another thing nobody had predicted, I feel.
No.
So, match was good. Both of us were surprised at the outcome.
Yeah. I don't know. It was kind of redeemed. At
Mania,
But I was in that moment. I was like, why are we taking belts off Liv? Well, there's no reason for her to not to have a belt.
No, 100%. She's one of those people who, not that the women's division is thin, but
they don't have enough women to have like all this like flopping back and forth between world championships like the men's division do. So she needs a belt.
True. Yeah, it's especially with how white hot she is right now with the fan base. It's the tags. It's at the very least what they can do.
Yeah. So. Anyway, fun surprise, fun match, good stuff.
You've probably been wondering, Mikey, who's been holding this title this whole time?
It's vacant for me over here.
It's vacant for you. Well,
wait. He's looking for...
No, not Otis. Not Otis.
Oh my God! That's John Cena in the same shirt 3 days in a row.
He did wear the same shirt 3 days in a row.
Obviously, as a Cena lifelong
fanboy.
Lover.
Stan.
So happy that it happened.
You lived to see it.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to watch it. I fell off of wrestling. I came back just in time to watch John Cena's final run and for him to break the record. It couldn't be better for me. And it was against who I saw since last Mania, the top champ, the best WrestleMania champ win ever. So it was great. Loved it.
Last night actually.
Go ahead.
Was Monday night. What's that?
Go ahead.
Last night was Monday night, and I was dinner with a friend of mine who was from Colombia, and we were talking, and I did not know he was into wrestling. The country of Colombia, yes.
Oh.
And he was talking about how he, I believe his mother is Mexican. He loves Mexican wrestling, and he got into American wrestling a little bit and watched that for a while. But he knows Mexican wrestling very well. Like he knew Penta. Penta's one of his favorites, and he mentioned he was asking me on updates because he hadn't watched in a while. He was like, "Oh, is this guy still going? Is this guy still going?" And I said, "Oh yeah, they're going." "Oh no, they retired." Wait, is John Cena still wrestling? And I said,
Chana?
John Cena. And I went, he won the title last night, actually. He was like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, number 17. I know. It was crazy. I didn't think I would ever see it. I mean, even if we look at what he's... I mean, what they said...
I knew it was always coming. It was a matter of time.
Last Mania win 10 years ago is crazy to think about.
Wild.
Yeah, but I just...
Especially because... When was the last time he held the belt? Was it 16?
The U.S. in 15, 16?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that was the last time, I want to say. But even his post-COVID appearances, like his little feud with Roman, which was just to add another a head on Roman's wall, and then he fought Solo in Saudi Arabia just to advance Solo as much as they could, and things like that. But for him to find a way to really earn this, and I think with the heel turn, he earned this 17th title. If he just came back and he just got it, it would feel like, when a player gets an all-star in his last season just because he's on a farewell tour, even though he's not that great, Good point. He earned it with this. And I will say, John's entrance, my favorite John Cena entrance I've ever seen.
It was good.
I loved it. And I wish they would do that with his merch. I know they won't because they want to sell merch, obviously. But if they started to have him just wear all black,
do a shirt like
John Cena, that would be it. It would be so perfect for what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
And forget the towels and everything. They won't go that far, I don't think. But I think that would be awesome.
When he came out and it was just the black screen and just the music playing, nothing else. I was thinking to myself, it would have been so cool, like how old school boxers and MMA fighters, like sometimes they'll just be like, I'm just coming out to nothing. Just let
that would have been
the
sick.
Light hit me and watch me walk down. And even for hear the crowd roar, they'll be chanting, John Cena sucks. Anyway.
Yeah.
That would have been amazing. But
yeah. And you get the back and forth chants, the F you Cena, thank you Cena, F you Cena, thank you Cena.
Just let the crowd work.
Yeah. And he's a guy who he could stand there for half an hour, the crowd will keep going with different stuff.
Yeah. The match itself. Cody's entrance was awesome, by the way.
He had an Iron Man mask.
Yeah. The dirt bikes coming out. That whole step up from the mask last year. The mask last year was so bad.
Horrible. Yeah, this one was good this year, and that little feature was like, oh shit. Yeah. The dirt bikes, I was like, I didn't see that coming either. But that was very cool. So yeah, both entrances are great. And had all the pomp and circumstance of a WrestleMania main event for it. And I was pleased the match itself.
Yes, the match it started slow because Cena's character was basically like, I'm not gonna waste my time. I'll get in there when I'm ready. And then it started to pick up.
And then Mikey.
On the bright side, we did see what I think is one of the coolest belts I've ever seen. Yeah. I mean, tell me your thoughts. What are your thoughts?
Fiend.
What are your thoughts watching this all go down?
I was shocked more than anything, honestly, because when he came out at Elimination Chamber, because that was where the heel turn was, correct? Elimination Chamber, right after John won that, right? He came out, and fans were pissed. Fans were like, why the fuck was Travis Scott here? I didn't anticipate him to ever show up again. So I was very shocked when he showed up at the main event of WrestleMania. And I had texted you when it happened. I was like, does this mean, thinking like, oh, the same way it was last time, is The Rock coming right behind him? The Rock did not come right behind him. So
it should have been The Rock, man.
100%.
I mean, just think like heel Cena and Final Boss, basically these old heads bullying Cody into giving up the championship. Yeah. That would have been cool. But
yeah, and it ties into last year so well too. But yeah, the Rock obviously would have made more sense, but it wasn't able to happen for reasons X, Y, and Z, I guess. But in a strange way, I think it kind of fits with Cena's heel thing of nobody wants this and it happens.
Yes, you get nothing, You get the 17 win, but you kind of feel empty because it was a really weird ending.
Yeah.
Like I don't think this was I don't think it was a finish that went wrong. I think it was exactly how they planned it because of John Cena and how his heel run wants to go. So I'm not upset about that because it still makes sense. I'm just like, when I heard John Cena's having the retirement tour, and I knew 17 is inevitable, I just envisioned myself just sitting at the couch and jumping out of my seat, going nuts that he wins 17. When it counted 1, 2, 3, I didn't react at all. I was like, oh, that's it.
Yeah, it did feel a little abrupt.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's one of those things where it's like people are going to remember that it happened, not how it happened.
Yes.
Kind of things.
Very true.
But no, it like I said, it tied into his "you get nothing" thing with same way like when he turned heel, people were like, "Oh, new entrance music, new merch." Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. Same music.
And the thing is too, we're saying like, oh, there's like the justification like, oh, he's old. The only way he can win the championship after this horrible record that he's had recently is to fight like a heel. But he gave Cody like 4 AAs. He kicked out of like I think a couple of crossroads, maybe a Cody cutter or 2. He could have won clean.
I think so too. And nobody would have batted an eye. It's John Cena. It's John Cena. And it's like, and Cody's no spring chicken either. So it wouldn't be like, oh, how is he beating this guy?
Yeah. So and like you can just be like, yeah, I mean, the guy won at 17. He trained, he got ready, he knew what he was getting into. So
yeah. But people have known both for years. Hold on, I'm gonna look up the ages. Cody's
in his 40s. I think he's like 40.
39.
Okay.
John is 47. Okay, so there is an 8-year difference there.
Okay.
But still, people have known of each of them for so long.
Yeah. But I'm happy it happened. I'm happy I witnessed it. The way it went down made sense, so I'm not going to poo-poo that.
Mm-hmm.
It damn well should have been great. The Rock. What's that?
His walkout was great.
Oh, yeah.
Tying the belt backwards.
Perfect. I like that he's wearing the belt backwards. I think that's pretty cool.
That was cool. That's a cool touch. It shows like more like disrespect for the belt almost, He
wore it backwards to Raw, too, so I think that's what he's going to do.
I like that.
Yeah, the walkout was... My favorite part about the walkout was him not putting on the heel act. Because every time he's been making entrances as a heel, he's just kind of like, doing that shit.
Yeah.
He showed that this is just a character, and he really loves the business. And obviously, everyone knows it's all fake. So sometimes you just got to show it when something so big like that. His last Mania, he's walking out of his last Mania. He shows some tears, which obviously you could have done that with a heel face and still power through it. But he showed a smile.
Yeah.
That's all. That was the best part about it. So
he was probably itching to throw up some threes and everything, but
I know he wanted that big finish, but the storyteller in him is holding him back. It was perfect.
Yeah. We're going to see that Cena again. Don't worry.
Yes, I know. Anyway, it's my hero. My hero! Let's get into Raw. This will be quick. Don't worry, guys. What are we at right now? A little over an hour. Hour 5.
Okay.
We got the women's tag rematch. They win it back. Great. Thankfully.
Yeah, fine by me.
Need Liv with a belt. Becky turned heel. Sure.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, I like it. Might as well do something different for another full-time run. Because she said the man don't do part-time.
And like you said with the Rhea Bianca Io Sky triple threat, you said they're all 3 faces, so it helps to have Becky be a full heel, and even Liv is like, is she a heel? Yeah, but everybody loves her, so it doesn't really count.
Yeah.
But so it's good to have someone like if she plays the role of a real villain, would be great.
Kind of went over it already, but Gunther attacks Michael Cole and Pat McAfee. Mm-hmm. I like that when the announcers kind of get involved. Like, do you remember when Michael? I don't even know if you were watching this, but like, it was like the shadow GM of Raw, where it was just like a computer just spitting out stuff, and
emails that were coming in.
Michael Cole would be the guy to read it.
Email. Yeah,
I like when they get involved like that, and Pat McAfee, just the showman he is, it's cool. So I don't know if that means anything. Probably not, but we'll see. Rusev returned that everyone was for some reason excited about.
I watched Rusev back in the day. It was he filled a role. It wasn't you know I don't know how to say it. It was a good mid Carter. I'm not I wasn't itching for him to come back. It's but for him to come back, and I mean, who did he mess with again? Alpha Academy, was it?
Alpha, it was weird. He interrupted the Alpha. I think they were just like, we don't have anything set for his return, so just interrupt Alpha Academy and New Day and just beat them both up.
That's a good level for him. Like, it's the same way like there was the Chad Gable Wyatt family stuff. Like that.
Yeah.
That's a good like low mid card kind of feud to fill things in.
People were saying, "Oh, we need Gunther Rusev." Let's slow down. Let's slow down.
No, Gunther just came back. I mean, I don't even know what belts Gunther held when he was with the company. I think a U.S. run he had, I want to say, but
belts Rusev held.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't.
I don't know if he held anything major.
I think he might have. Hold on. Rusev.
They hold the IC.
WWE titles.
Regardless, for him to just show up and then go right after Gunther would be crazy. I don't think he's earned that level quite yet. I did always like him. His new look. He looks a tad slimmer than he did back in the day as well.
United States champion from 2014 to 2015. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it, more or less. Whatever. Cool. Go for it, man. Not stopping you.
The Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman segment. I think they look good together, don't they?
They do. It just works, man.
Yeah. Braun Breaker joins their fold, which is...
I like this a lot.
Yeah, cool. I mean, everyone's been saying, like, Braun Breaker, like, he's going to be a Paul Heyman guy, like, one day. He's going to be Paul Heyman guy. And it works. It's cool.
It was, because he's a guy who I wasn't necessarily really that excited for, overall and things. And, like, when he won the belt, the IC, I was like, okay, whatever, Braun Breaker, fine. But, some of the stuff he's done, he's always been good at the ring, but some of the stuff he's done recently, he's showed me, like some creativity and some good acting. Like, he's having some fun with it, too. So he's not a boring guy. And exactly like you said, when, like, you see him with, like, he's exactly what a Paul Heyman guy would be. We see him with Seth and Heyman. It's like, this is exactly what he needs. It just build him up a little more personality-wise. He'll have a little more fun, and these guys can build him up without him taking too much time, anybody else's time, let's say. So I like that pairing a lot. It's very interesting, too, because to give him a kind of make it a faction, basically, this soon.
Yeah, and I think what I think is the best choice is at Backlash. Not a lot of time for a straight Roman and Seth feud, and obviously too early.
No.
And like a Punk not a lot of time for him to go off and feud with someone else. I think it'll be a Punk and Roman team up, because they were kind of just feuding because it was just like, you're the guy in my way right now. They didn't have like a personal beef, so I think they'll team up. Plus because Paul Heyman and Seth fucked them both over, so they'll confide in each other. Versus Seth and Braun at Backlash. I think that would be sick.
I think it'll be great. That'll be a fantastic match. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's another one that like that could be a great cage match too.
Yeah. They can do something really cool here, and it'll probably be the best match of the event, unless
100%. And yeah, it helps.
Unless
that's the thing. Braun, I recognize Braun's potential, and they like Braun a lot. They clearly do. So to get him in some big matches like this and really earn his chops on the big stage is necessary.
For sure. Now, I've been holding off the first thing that happened at Raw for the last thing. I gotta tell you. I was screaming. Because Ryan! Behind you, Ryan! Behind! Get down! The Viper!
The Viper. He's lurking. He's stalking. Don't you just get goosebumps every time you see Randy stalking?
Oh, so good. But Randy stalking on a Cena.
A face Randy stalking on a heel Cena. I've been waiting for this since 2009.
Yeah,
It is poetry.
these guys are the guys that got me into wrestling. I was a kid just surfing on my mom's phone on YouTube, and I came across John Cena versus Randy Orton, Hell in a Cell. I'm like, oh, professional wrestling, cool. I didn't know who John Cena was. I didn't know who Randy Orton was. Oh my God, I went down this whole rabbit hole. Like, this is the reason why I'm a fan. And now it's all coming back. Oh my God, this is my dream. This is my dream match right here.
Yeah.
I am so excited. It looks like it's going to be a match at Backlash because Randy Orton is the poster child of Backlash. That's for St. Louis. And I'm fine if they do multiple. I'm totally fine. More than happy if they do multiple matches.
6 of them.
And run it through SummerSlam.
Yeah.
So hype. I got to tell you, I had it just going on like the side of my, like on the side monitor here while me and Victor were playing some video games. I'm sure I burst his like eardrums or something. And he goes, Mikey, what? What, dude? What? I think he thought something was wrong because I was just screaming.
Yeah.
I explained him the whole backstory with them and everything.
I pulled up the text that you sent me. Unprompted at 9:30 p.m. You went, you watching Raw? My guy, where you at? So I knew some shit popped off.
Oh, it popped off indeed.
And it's just beautiful. It's perfect. Randy will. Here's the thing. I've been thinking Randy's the one that should take the belt off him.
Yeah,
because
I agree.
But I also think Randy should be the one to retire him, which I mean, they could find a way to do this and bring it back in December for John's last match, but who knows? So it'll be very interesting.
I like the idea of Randy retiring him. It just depends on how they time things up, kind of.
Yeah.
I think my vision was Randy take the belt off Cena eventually. And that'll be who Cody Rhodes goes at, or who feuds with Cody Rhodes and Randy for the belt.
Yeah.
And that'll be how Cody gets the belt back. Because Cody got to have the belt back at some point.
Sooner rather than later, Roman's going to want it back too.
True. I mean, I could see him.
I've been leaning towards,
going for the other belt. I could see him.
Same. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Which I think would be better if they have Roman just be like, oh, I already went down that road. I'm at for the world heavyweight these days.
Yeah. Very exciting.
So
good stuff.
It's a very good landscape in WWE right now. It's the same as last Mania, more or less, where we leave with an optimism, optimism in the uncertainty.
My only thing is like, I feel so bad for Cody, man. I feel so bad because everyone just kind of threw him away leading up to this very quickly. He was getting booed out the building.
The boos were surprising.
Strange reactions. Like, he was our champ.
He was a great champ.
Yeah, the We Want Cody movement, everything. I'm sorry to see him go for a little break. He deserves a well-deserved break.
Yeah.
I'm like I said to you, I'm hyped for a Cody chase. But
yes.
He needs that belt back one way or another.
Yeah, and he's another one where I wonder if they could do something like they did with after he lost the belts, he just lost to Roman straight up 39, WrestleMania 39. They had him and Jay have the tag belts for a little bit. So it's little things like that you can have fun with guys who have big losses right afterwards. And it was great. They gave him a monster year that year. They gave him the tag belts for a little bit. Then he beat Lesnar, and then all leading up to when he was going to face Roman again.
Won the Rumble again.
Yeah, won the Rumble 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Cody will. But yeah, this year he had was fantastic. A fighting champion. People are going to remember. I mean, his fight with AJ Styles was fantastic. His fight with Kevin Owens was fantastic. Who else did he fight? He fought
Logan Paul. He did fight Gunther at Crown Jewel, which was a good match.
Yes, Gunther. That's right. So, he defended it plenty. He was there. He was there a lot, which seems like a low bar,
Yes.
but there's
No,
champs that just aren't there.
That's all you really, especially a guy like this, where it's like everyone wants to see Cody Rhodes with the belt. Like Westchester County Center was blowing up because Cody Rhodes was in the building after his win. I mean, like you just want to see the guy, and that's all. That's all that's all a championship champion like him needed to do.
Yeah, the 3-piece suit, the woes, just the simplicity of it.
He'll
His
be
strange
back,
speech pattern.
and when woes will be had.
Yes, the American dream.
The American Dream. Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah.
All right.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Any other final notes you have there, Mikey?
I am just... As a whole, Mania was not as good as 40, which we knew it wasn't going to be.
Yeah.
But it maybe wasn't the best Mania compared to a lot. But it built everything so well for this next rollout.
It was a great stepping stone.
Yeah, this is what I'm really excited for now. You know,
Yes.
Randy Cena. Where does Cody go? Seth Roman.
It gets you excited when you can say like, "Oh, SummerSlam might be fucking amazing."
Yeah.
And if you can walk away from Mania saying that, you're in good hands.
Yeah. 2025 might be known as the year of the Yeet.
The year of the Yeet? Ooh, just
Yeet.
might be. You know what it could be the year of, Mike?
What's that?
Could be the year of the Heidi Heidi Ho.
Oh!
My name's been Ryan McNeil.
Michael Frieri.
We'd like to wish each and every one of you a Heidi. Heidi.
Oh!
Enough of this.